Hi, I'm Brandon LaBeouf of NOLATAC Training and Consulting, as well as the St. Bernard Indoor Shooting Center. In this segment of our Louisiana Concealed Handgun Permit Instructor Development Series, we're going to talk about what exactly is a permit. It's important that we're able to articulate to our students the legal process or the legal entity that a permit actually is. Because remember, in the state of Louisiana, in and of itself, concealed carry is illegal. Louisiana Revised Statute 1495, illegally carrying of a weapon, specifically states that the intentional concealment of any firearm or other instrumentality customarily used or intended for probable use as a dangerous weapon on one's person constitutes illegal carrying of a weapon. So, concealed carry is illegal. However, we have a permitting process in place, and that's what a permit is. A permit is a licensing agent that allows us to do something that without that would be illegal. For example, if I told a bunch of my friends, hey guys, let's get in our cars and we're going to drive down the street really slow and we're going to throw stuff out of our cars at people, we'd be breaking a couple of different laws. However, if before we did that, I went to City Hall and got a parade permit, now all those exact same behaviors become legal because they're permitted. And with that permit is going to come a set of regulations. Things I must do and things I can't do. So in the parade example, I must have rails on the float. I must have safety guards. I must have all these things. And then there's things I can't do. I can't throw glass. I can't throw liquids. So your concealed handgun permit, that process works exactly the same. It says, look, it's against the law to conceal carry. However, we will allow you to do it if you follow these rules and regulations. And that's why the permitting is a privilege and not a right, as it currently stands in our legal system. Now, we need to understand that, because if we violate those rules or regulations, or our students do, then that permit becomes invalid. And if that permit is invalid and you're concealed carrying, then that means you are in essence in violation of 1495. In fact, if we look at the part of the concealed handgun permitting statute, 40-1379.3, the section where it explains to us about being intoxicated, it actually specifically states that if your blood alcohol content is above 0.05%, that in that moment, at the moment your blood alcohol content goes at or above 0.05%, your permit is automatically suspended. So if you have too much to drink, there's a point where as your blood alcohol rises, when it crosses a threshold, you are now illegally carrying a weapon. You're in violation of 1495. So if you then turn around and have to use that weapon in a justified use of force, in justified self-defense, now you've used a firearm in the commission of a crime. Now, is that going to be an issue down the road? Well, of course, there's other variables and circumstances that'll play into that. But you can see the dilemma that would create for you. So it's important that we get that depth of information out to our students so that they really understand what they're getting themselves into. The same thing would apply, or the legal argument could certainly be made, that the same thing would apply if you carry that firearm into any unauthorized place. So for example, we as concealed handgun permit holders may not carry into a bar, a place that has a Class A general retail permit. If it has that type of permit, then by definition it's a bar, and you cannot have a firearm in there even with your permit. So if you ignore that and go in anyway, your permit is not valid in that moment. So you are illegally carrying. Not only are you violating a permitting statute, which is really more of a breaking the rules than breaking the law. You probably won't suffer a criminal penalty just for that. You'll simply have your permit suspended. However, if you're now doing something you're not supposed to be doing with a gun in the first place, now you're in violation of 1495, as well as some other statutes, 1495.2 if you're carrying an alcoholic beverage outlet. So there's some things we need to understand, and the limitations that permit comes. And as instructors, it's very important that we're able to field those kinds of questions so that students understand what a permit is, what liberties and privileges that permit gets you, but also what responsibilities and limitations come with that permit. So that's a little bit of information of kind of what the permitting process is and how it applies to concealed carry. So as always, be vigilant, be prepared. Y'all stay safe.